Hi guys, it seems the Tories have learned nothing following the defections of both Andrea Jenkins and political commentator Tim Montgomery from the Conservatives to Reform UK. Now this could start out as a trickle and quickly become a wave, especially if Reform do well in the upcoming local elections. Shadow Environment Secretary of State Victoria Atkins tried to spin the loss of these two individuals to Nigel Farage's outfit as really just a vote for Labour, completely missing the point. Have a listen to this.
Well, look, obviously I was sorry to hear that, but the message is the same as it was at the general election, which is if you vote Reform, then you get Labour.
And how well has that worked out for you? See, the idea of telling people don't vote for a particular party, well, what was the result of that? Well, people voted for that political party anyway. Your party lost a significant number of seats. It resulted in Nigel Farage entering the House of Commons with a massive majority in Clacton and picking up a number of seats as well. And it's possible that the Conservatives will suffer pretty badly in Wales and at the local elections, maybe Labour as well. But we're going to see probably a pretty good result for Reform. And your response is, don't vote for Reform because it will lead to Labour. Well, people voted for Reform anyway, so that message is not working. Didn't work before. It's not going to work again. You actually have to provide people with a reason to vote for your party, and it can't be, don't vote for the other guy.
And as we've seen, sadly, in rural seats up and down the country, where the Reform vote squeezed out hard-working Conservative MPs, they now have Labour MPs who don't seem to understand the countryside, certainly don't seem to be standing up for the countryside, which is why we have forced today a debate and a vote on the family farm tax, which I've come onto the programme to talk about before, because we know the terrible impact that this is going to have on family farms across the United Kingdom. And we want Labour MPs to make that choice. Are they going to stand up for their constituents, or are they going to toe the party line and suck up to Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves?
Okay, what's really interesting about the recent farming protest is one of the most popular people attending the protest, with the exception of Jeremy Clarkson, was Nigel Farage. Farage was pictured in a tractor, greeted like a conquering hero. You can see the videos yourself. Farmers, this is somebody who had lied to farmers, who had tricked them, convinced them to vote against their own interests. And then he turns up at a protest and he's the most popular politician amongst all of the politicians there. Victoria Atkins was there, I believe, wearing a Union flag jacket, but that didn't convince farmers to back her. Farage was treated like a hero. So, while you did attend the protest, obviously it was to try and pander to the farmers, they were listening to Nigel Farage, they were listening to Reform UK. They were more interested in what they had to say than what the Conservatives had to say. This is insane. And your message to voters in rural constituencies is, don't vote for Reform because you get Labour. That's all you have. I keep saying you actually have to provide a policy that benefits people, but you have been in power, your party has been in power for 14 years, and you've done nothing to benefit ordinary people, including farmers. Rich people, yes, but regular farmers, no. So you're going to have to change the script. You're going to have to come up with some ideas. And saying, don't vote for Reform, well, that's not really working, is it? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.